I am in a very nostalgic place at the moment, and my kid this month, my oldest child, he turns 10, double digits. And 10 is definitely an age that I really remember being. And I have very vivid memories. Anyway, I was talking a little bit about our family tree the other day and how it all interlinks. And I was talking about my grandparents, and my final grandparent died earlier this year. And I feel so lucky to have had a grandparent for 43 years. It's pretty incredible. You know, I was so lucky to be the eldest child and to have all of those years of having a very prominent figure in my life. And I was telling my kids the other night how in her house she used to have a drawer that became a table. And as a kid, when you go to somebody else's house, that they just have something different that you don't have at home, it's such a novelty. And this literally used to just pull out like a drawer rather. But it was a table, and then you could put a couple of seats around it, and we did so much drawing in there. We used to have our breakfast there, and my nana and granddad would just be able to, you know, do the cooking or whatever. Or sometimes when the shopping came in, you just pull it out and you'd put the shopping there, and it was just a big part. And I'm not saying that when I redo our kitchen that I'm going to have a drawer that turns into a table, but I tell you what, it was bloody useful. And so I want you to think in terms of your personal brand, in terms of the transformations that you provide, in terms of the solutions that you have up your sleeve. What is something that you could incorporate that is maybe a nice to have, but how useful would it be? This could be you when you send your appointment of where you're going to do that meeting. Maybe you could send, if they don't live in London, for example, maybe you could send the directions. Maybe you could give an insight. So sometimes with our local tube station, if people come to see us, I will always say the exact exit that they need to come out. It's just a small thing. But if you've navigated that tube station, sometimes you can be there for quite a while and then come out and still not know where you are. I want you to add a little bit of that usefulness, that value, that contribution, that thing that's maybe not necessary, but when it comes through, they're like, oh, great. It's like when I go to my speaking gigs, I always text the event person to say I'm on my way, because that puts their mind at rest too.